What's going on, everybody? It's Sasha, your licensed real estate market expert here in Charlotte. And is Dilworth really the best place to live in Charlotte? According to niche.com, Dilworth was ranked the #1 best neighborhood to live in Charlotte, the #2 best neighborhood for young professionals in Charlotte, and the 19th best neighborhood to raise a family in Charlotte. Now, if I'm being honest with you guys, these rankings and things, everything is subjective and it goes based off what you're personally looking for in a neighborhood. Myself personally, Dilworth, I would not put at my #1 neighborhood in Charlotte to live. However, it's definitely in the top 5, maybe top 6 or 7. You guys know how I am. I love certain neighborhoods in the suburbs surrounding the Charlotte area. I love the inner city. I love some condos, some townhouse communities. But without a doubt, Dilworth, I believe, is in the top 5 at least due to everything it provides. It is a place that was popular 10, 20, 30 plus years ago, and it's a place that is still extremely popular today. So let's talk about it. Why is it such a highly regarded area? What is all the hype about? So we've all heard the saying in real estate, location, location, location. And this is exactly one of the reasons why Dilworth is so popular. Dilworth is centrally located and you're only about a 5 to 10 minute drive to Center City, Uptown Charlotte. You're about a 15 to 20 minute drive to the airport and about a 10 to 15 minute drive to South Park Mall. Not to mention you have South End, Loso, all within walking distance. So this right here behind me, this is East Boulevard, and East Boulevard essentially runs through all of Dilworth. And one of the biggest things about Dilworth is how close it is to South End. East Boulevard connects to South Boulevard, and right there is South End. You can see the Lowe's building right here behind me, and then Uptown is only about a mile down that way. But this main road here, you have 4 lanes essentially here, but as you get closer to the Dilworth area, it goes to 2 lanes. So very easy to guess during our peak traffic hours and things like that, it does get congested on East Boulevard. So with Dilworth being so centrally located, you almost feel like you're within a bubble. You have everything you need within a 5 to 15 minute drive. And when you're living in Dilworth, there's really no need to go anywhere outside of Dilworth unless you want to explore some of the other areas we have, some of the surrounding neighborhoods, unless there's events and things like that happening on the outskirts of the city. But otherwise, a lot of the events that are taking place, a lot of parades, a lot of the new restaurants and bars and breweries and things like that that are opening up, I'd roughly say if we have 10 new restaurants opening up, there's a very good chance that 3 to 5 of those new 10 restaurants that are opening are going to be within a 5 to 15 minute drive from Dilworth. So when you're living in Dilworth, it's like you're in your own little bubble. And unless you want to go explore outside or unless you want to go to the lake, there's really no reason to leave. Another reason Dilworth is so popular is it is one of the few areas that we have here in Charlotte that really has that true walkability that a lot of people are looking for. You can walk to Center City, Uptown Charlotte in 20 to 25 minutes. You can walk to South End within 5 to 10 minutes. And not to mention, within your neighborhood, you're going to have coffee shops, restaurants, grocery stores, dry cleaners, all these little small businesses within the area. So again, you don't need to go very far to find what you're looking for. Not to mention Freedom Park. Freedom Park is one of the most beautiful parks I've ever been to. If you haven't been, please go check it out. Go on a walk, go jogging, go take your dog on a walk, grab a pillow, grab some blankets, go to the park, hang out. I think you can even fish there. They have volleyball courts, basketball courts, the playground for kids. So much stuff to do. And the best thing about Freedom Park for me is just the view of everything. Once you go towards the fountains, you'll see some of the most amazing homes, some of the most amazing real estate in that area. And also, fun fact, the movie Shallow Hal with Jack Black and Tony Robbins, that was actually filmed in Freedom Park. Some of the scenes that were taken in the park, that was all filmed in Freedom Park. And I believe most of that movie was actually filmed in the Charlotte area. And now come to think of it, some of those scenes might have actually been in Dilworth with it being so close to Freedom Park. Now let's talk about why it's the #2 best neighborhood for young professionals. Dilworth still has that charm. It still has the classic feel. I was sitting there having coffee yesterday. You hear the church bells ringing. There was people over there. There was some type of fundraiser going on. A lot of people walking around. And with that charm, you still have the inner city right next to you. So if you want to be with inside all of the hustle and bustle, but you still very much want that neighborhood feel, Dilworth is definitely a place that you should take into consideration. Not to mention a lot of headquarters that are located in South End, Uptown, Lower South End are all located within a short distance from Dilworth. And also, you'll see a lot of people that are working within the healthcare industry on their break, walking through Dilworth, grabbing coffee, grabbing lunch. That's because Atrium Health Maine is located very close to Dilworth. So there's a bunch of different hospitals over in that area. So a lot of people in the healthcare industry, not to mention our financial, our tech sectors, all really like the Dilworth area because you're so relatively close. And again, you have that suburban feel within the area, but everything you could possibly want within a short distance away. Now, while we're on the same topic of Dilworth having that charm, let's talk about the real estate, which you guys know is my favorite topic. Dilworth is one of those neighborhoods, if you've ever watched a movie and you saw a neighborhood in a movie and you're like, where is this? This looks amazing. Beautiful tree-lined streets, the mailman's walking from house to house, people are having conversations with the mailman, kids are playing in the front yard. That's truly what it feels like on some of these streets in Dilworth. And it's one of those areas where a lot of people want to keep that charm. So instead of buying a piece of land, knocking down a house, and then building a super modern home on it, most of the houses in Dilworth have been kept preserved. So they are completely gutted. They are completely remodeled. However, they still have that charm. You have Cape Cod style houses, colonial style houses, Tudor style houses, Georgian style houses. So with that, you have that certain feel of hominess, that certain feel of community within the Dilworth area. Now let's talk about something you might be thinking about already. Sasha, how much does all this cost me? It sounds amazing, but how much does it cost? The median price point for a single family home in the Dilworth area is $1.1 million, with the average price point being just under $1.2 million. Sasha, you just said there's a lot of young professionals in this neighborhood. How are they affording a median and average sales price for a single family home of just under $1.2 million? They're not. A lot of the people that own houses in the Dilworth area, they're going to be in their late 30s and up because they're already well established and they can afford to do so. The good news is, for my young professionals out here that are looking for everything Dilworth has to offer, they are living in condos and townhomes. The median price point for a condo in Dilworth is $425,000, with the average being just under $490,000. Now, when it comes to townhomes, the median sales price is $700,000 and the average is about $750,000. Obviously, this is going to depend on where in Dilworth you are, square footage, year built, etc. And on that same note, it's also something that keeps the neighborhood vibrant, right? You don't have a bunch of older people that can only afford $1.2 million houses and up. You have a very good mix of younger and newer people, which is what keeps the Dilworth area still very vibrant while still having all that charm. If this all sounds like a neighborhood that you might want to consider, you can always call, text, or email me anytime. I'd love to give you some more information in regards to Dilworth, maybe some other neighborhoods that are similar to Dilworth, but maybe more in line with your price point and or what you're looking for in a neighborhood. With that being said, I hope you enjoyed this video. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Take care. Bye.